Thought I'd catch you up on some Apple Vision Pro tidbits. Apple is telling Vision Pro users who forget their passcode that they have to bring the device to a store or mail the device to AppleCare customer support to reset the device. Quoting Bloomberg. The company's support staff also has been fielding questions from users struggling to set up Optic ID, an eye scanning tool for logging into the device, and the built-in Apple Music app. The passcode problem could be particularly frustrating when customers enter their passcode incorrectly too many times. The headset will be disabled. If users still can't recall their passcode after a waiting period, they'll need to send it back to Apple to be reset according to guidance given to the company's support staff. At that point, all content on the device will be erased. On Apple's community forum, one customer said he spoke to an agent who was flooded with calls about the problem. He's had to deal with a lot of angry customers after telling them their only recourse is to return to the store, the user wrote. He said Apple support was really caught off guard by this and apologized for not being better prepared, end quote. One complication with the Vision Pro is it doesn't have a USB-C port that lets users plug it into a Mac for troubleshooting. The company did release a special strap for developers to be able to attach the headset to a Mac last week, but that accessory costs about $300 and isn't meant for consumers, end quote. I mean, that all fits into the idea that Apple thinks of this more as spatial computing, right? This isn't a device you buy for your household. This is a personal device, like a personal computer, a laptop in Apple's thinking. Though my Mac has multiple user profiles for my wife and children, it seems Apple doesn't really want multiple people using one Vision Pro. As Ben Thompson tweeted this weekend, the Vision Pro's guest mode has to be invoked every single time the guest takes off the headset. Guest sessions don't persist in a way where you could be like, here, son, use this for an hour. But as I've been beating the drum about, Apple should be leaning into this as a computing device. I mean, half the user videos I've seen on social media have been people raving about using it for big screen computing all around their house. So why no deeper integration to the Mac? Why no ability for the Mac to be the mother computer, sort of like the phone is the mother device for the Apple Watch? There's no Find My on this thing either. Good news for Vision Pro users, though. YouTube says a Vision Pro app is, quote, on our roadmap, but doesn't offer a time frame for that roadmap. But YouTube videos in 360 and VR playback modes are not viewable in Vision OS Safari at the moment, like they are on the Meta Quest devices. And that might not be coming anytime soon, quoting The Verge. This, of course, follows YouTube, Spotify, and Netflix all declining to allow their iPad apps to run on the Vision Pro before launch. And the last time we asked, there was no mention of a proper Vision OS YouTube app coming in the future, so something's changed in Mountain View. One theory, the immediate popularity of Christian Selig's Juno app for YouTube on the Vision Pro. I asked Apple if YouTube's 360 and 3D videos will ever work on the Vision Pro during our review, and Apple spokesperson Jackie Roy basically told me they aren't good enough, saying that, quote, much of this content was created for devices that do not deliver a high-quality spatial experience. In some cases, this content could also cause motion discomfort. We've focused our efforts on delivering the best spatial media experience possible, including spatial photos and videos, Apple Immersive Video, and 3D movies available on Apple TV, end quote. The Vision Pro does not support WebXR at the moment, so there's a whole universe of existing VR and 3D content that you can't view on the Vision Pro, including porn, as lots of users on various subreddits have been complaining about quite vociferously all weekend. So if the old adage is that porn leads adoption of new technology, Apple seems to not have gotten that historical memo.